Another lovely day in the Pacific Northwest of Colorado. We're in about week number 2 of cloudy and rain. A fine mid-August afternoon. Heading up to the Caribou town site. Maybe places beyond, we'll see. If we don't get wet. Oh, there was a drop. And this might get rained out. We'll see. So in the event I don't get rained out, might as well throw some dialogue in here. Like I said, we're heading up to the Caribou town site. Which in about the 1870 consists of about 5,000 people in the town. Not much of anything left up there. They pretty much pulled anything you can pull out of a mountain out of that area. Gold, silver, tungsten. This area is one of the largest tungsten producers in the world back around World War I or II. I'm not sure which. I'm sure somebody will answer that question. Or I might go do the research myself. Town site's a little over 10,000 feet. Can't really imagine spending up the winter up there. Windy's an understatement. Cold is a given. But there were some hardy souls who decided to do that. And it's a light, steady rain still. It's definitely not clearing up. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm a motorcycle noob. Bought the bike this August now, bought it last fall. So not quite a year. I always kind of liked bikes, just never got around to picking one up. A good friend was upgrading to a different bike, knowing that he takes care of his stuff, and the bike was pretty much immaculate. So now I'm tooting around on a 2007 Honda XR 650. A little bigger than I was looking for, but I'm liking it. Come on over, thank you. Just going to turn down the idle here a little bit. 1, 2, that should do it. And off we go. This is an L series. The L has been removed. Not sure if it's been rejetted. It does run a little rich above 8,000 feet, which is pretty much the only place I ride is 8,000 up. And come around the corner, there's the Continental Divide. I do believe top of Caribou as far as I'm going today. Wind's picking up a little bit and it's getting chilly. and the face being pelted with rain. There's one of our mines. I think there's 3 somewhat active mines still up here. I believe gold is preferred mineral right now, when the price is right. Coming up on the right are the ruins of Caribou. About the only thing left up here. Good, the 505 is open going down to Rainbow Lakes. Not today, but another time. Alright. So there's a pretty panorama shot. Oh yeah, should be able to see mountains over there. You're not seeing nothing. Going uphill a little bit more. There's some campsites. The old cemetery. Not much left of the old cemetery. Somebody came through years ago and knocked all the headstones down, took them. And there's looking down the valley. So, quick ride today. So I might publish this video, I might not. I'm kind of bouncing around getting into the YouTube thing. Not because I can make a bunch of money, because we all know that's not going to happen. Especially not listening to me. Pretty flowers, it's been a gorgeous season for the wildflowers this year. But yeah, just I've been putting around these mountains for over 20 years now. Via mountain bike and four-wheel drive, and now two-wheel motorized. I'm not trying to bring a lot of attention to areas, but these areas are already found out, so I doubt I'm going to make much of an impact. All I can say is, if you're up here, be nice. It's not that hard. And we're just going to stop here real quick. Oh! A little bit of mining history right there. Hope the camera picks it up. Caribou Mine, Idaho Tunnel. I never really paid attention to this big yellow sign before, but let's go look. 500-foot level. Tom Hendricks, main director. He is the epitome of the hard rock miner. Another one of the buildings, probably both of those are, that might be just a garage, but that's probably the access building down there. Here's the bike, all its glory. Never mind I actually like the windscreen a lot, but it's a bit of a pain in the butt to stay on. I had to go through and blue Loctite everything, but there's a 2007 XR 650L, affectionately called Porco Rosso. Just installed a Kuba lowering link on the back end, as so many people seem to do. I thought I had a long leg, so I hopped on one of these and was tippy-toeing around. Now I can flat foot with my knees just barely bent. Makes the riding a little nicer. Okay, here we go. And of course now it quits raining. Well, if it stays not raining, we might go another small trail, or at least some winding roads. Anyway, I was talking about earlier, bouncing around doing the YouTube thing. Not for the money, but I feel I might have some interesting places to go, maybe something interesting to say. It's not going to be just a motorcycle setup. I do other things. But yeah, just looking to share some information, some thoughts, some adventures, some non-adventures. Can still see going down the canyon. That's heading pretty much due east. As I said earlier, picked up this bike last fall. This summer so far I put about 700 miles on it, and probably 85 to 90% of that has been on dirt roads and trails. I just tend to get on pavement to get me to the trail. Considering this bike is geared at 13 by 52, it's more of a tractor than a race bike. Which is fine with me. I like tractors. Nice little hiking trail down there. The video today is brought to you by the Cena tube camera. Picked it up, been playing with it a little bit. think I finally got the angles down to where I'm not pointing off into oblivion or sideways or at my brim or whatever. So we'll see how this one turns out. For those that really like to know about the gear, it's attached to an O'Neill Series 5 helmet, which lets a whole lot of air in. And that's the Series 5 bomber. I'm not a huge graphics fan, but the old nose art and, you know, World War II Air Force, Army, actually it'd be Army, they weren't Air Force then, Army Air Corps graphics. Thought it was kind of interesting. So previous to this helmet, I've been bouncing around with two other ones. One being a Bell Bullet, which I really like. It's really comfortable. But I don't know if I have a really long face. Well, I do have a long face. I've got a long oval head. Long to an extra long. So I guess the doctor really used the salad forks when he pulled me out. But really comfortable helmet. Not the best wind ventilation for up here driving like this, but I think it's more of a street helmet. And I picked this one up for more this kind of riding, this O'Neill, and trying to make out to Moab the next couple of months before it gets too cold. And I think that'll definitely be a lot better than a street helmet. So definitely need goggles with this helmet. My biggest gripe for it right now is they don't give you enough room on the sides of the temples to put a set of sunglasses on your face. And I tend to ride with sunglasses a lot. I'm wearing a pair of goggles today, just an old pair of ski goggles from Scott. And they fit okay, but not the best. But even just a pair of clear safety glasses, boy, it really doesn't quite fit on your face real well. It just kind of sits in front of your face. That's my biggest pet peeve about it. I'm getting used to the big visor up front. I was smacking into stuff there for a while. Rather comical. Like having a big beat on my forehead. And the big dog leg. Talking earlier about the Spitfire windscreen. It really does take the wind off the chest, but I definitely think a little tube of blue Loctite should come with every one of these shipped. The first time I took it out, I thought everything tightened down, and it only has 4 screws to hold it on, and every one of those screws were coming loose on me the whole trip. So had to readjust, added some Loctite. It worked great until I readjusted my handlebars, and the windscreen was a little cattywampus, so I'm going back to square one now. It's coming loose again, so I have to get some more Loctite. But without the windscreen doing what I'm doing pretty much now, I was getting about 36 miles to the gallon. I put the screen on it, bumped it to 44. So I guess that's worth the price of admission. to go? Where to go? I'm going to check the watch at the bottom of the road, so we'll go left or right. It's not raining anymore or any less, and the wind's died down a little bit. So in thinking about the whole YouTube thing again, back to it, I tend to ramble. But I guess I'm going to do it. I have to have some spiffy YouTube name or handle or nickname or whatever you want to call it. And I was thinking of just calling it the Indian Peaks Explorer, or IP for short. The map bomber didn't really work for me since I'm not the fastest rider in the bunch. I'll go straight. And with our local history of people wanting to try to blow things up lately, didn't think that was such a good idea. Oh, squirrel! And somewhere there's neutral. I'm just going to stop here real quick. Nobody is behind me. Nope. Do a quick little time check. Yes, I still wear a watch. It is 5:20. Let's go right. These cars will let us. Probably hear that rattle noise when I rev it up and let off the gas. Something in the... Okay, we're stopping. Thanks for the signal. Something's rattling in the lower end, outside the motor, not inside the motor. I'm not sure if there's a loose bolt or some rocks or gravel or what in between the skid plate and the motor that get to rambling. Come on through. Yes, we're all going to stop. Oh, almost killed it. Oh, almost killed it. I feel like a bobblehead right now. I'm just checking around me. Not everybody drives with the same efficiency as they should. And I don't want to be a play ornament. Looks like it's clearing up over here. Maybe. Anyway, going back to the rattle noise when I rev it up and let off the idle, off the gas. I can't quite tell where it's at. I'm not quite as right with my hand on the throttle, my ear next to the bottom of the motor. Not quite that limber. Still some snow at elevation. Nice little shuffle to drive up in the off season. I wouldn't try to do it on a snowy weekend because you're not going to get very far very fast. But this time of year, it's pretty much empty. Yes, we have deer. Yes, we have moose. We also have an itchy nose. I don't know why when I put on a helmet, my nose gets real itchy. Oh, I love these signs. Drive like your kids live here. What if you don't like your kids? Off to the left, the old town is Marysville. I don't think there's anything left of it anymore. That's a short little road that doesn't go very far into somebody's driveway, basically. But that would have been probably where any of the wagon trains coming through or any of the settlers coming through would have crossed the mountains to the Continental Divide at this point. This is pre Rollins Pass, way pre-Moffett Tunnel, and slowing down. I like the little town of Eldora. I don't want to piss too many people off, because I know most of them. The river's running really good. Had quite a bit of rain the last week and a half. I always like to see that. Keeps the fire danger down. Although for being the middle of August, which is a hot month, we're not seeing it. And the start of the slow kid signs. Yes, they really are dumb. And the only stop sign in town, easy dog. It's more to slow down the Flatlanders from reaching Mach 4 before they hit the end of the town. Easy, dog. What's up? Cute little scamp. People in a hurry, getting to where they're going, come blasting through here, and you know, people live here. And don't really care that you're in a hurry. And there's a slow kid with a slow dog. And you guessed it, another one. If I had the concessions for slow kids and orange cones in this town, I'd be pretty wealthy. Coming up on the last house on the right. Oh, not yet. Yep, last house on the right. Now starts the barrage of parking only signs. Definitely stay on your side of the road through here. Because the poor little tourists don't want to hit any bumps, so they're all over the road. Oh, dead squirrel. So they just assume use your side of the road as theirs. So Eldora, I believe, was incorporated into a town 1890s, maybe as far back as 1870s, because one sign's never enough. We have to have at least 2 to 4. Oh, here comes somebody. Thanks for scooting over. Coming up on the Hesse town site. We won't make it today because I don't want to do the water crossing. The water crossing is basically the river for a ways. Probably be over my pegs at this point, and I don't get my shoes wet. But it was a town site. Mining activity around there. Still a lot of mining claims up there, interspersed with the Forest Service land. This is where you park if you're going to Hesse, and you better pull over because they will ticket you. They want to keep it open for emergency vehicles and other people to get back here to find out there's no parking and have to turn around and start out. Some people get it, some people don't. And they're coming out of Hesse, and I'm going right. Nice little fixer-upper. Can't really tell too much, but this is a shelf road. And we're getting a little sun coming out. Nice. So there's a few YouTube people that I watch and really like what they're doing, and they're all over the gambit as far as production value. Some are highly edited, some are more linear. I tend to like the linear ones. I like to see the bumps and the goofs and the gaffs. Like if I kill the motor and I have to, you know, can't work the clutch and the motor gas at the same time. Why don't you? I should just be able to see that. I kind of want to see that. Not everybody's perfect. If I run into a tree, I might edit that out. That and my lack of editing software, and the fact that editing time. I'm kind of a busy person. Don't really want to go for a nice ride and sit down at a computer and edit everything out to the umpteenth millisecond. Some people get into that. More power to them. I like watching your videos too. But I also tend to like, I wouldn't call it amateur, but the more real? I'm not sure what you call that. Less edited, how's that? So this little area, 50s and 60s, a lot of private property here. You don't see many houses though, because it's kind of tucked back into the forest. Big area for summer cabins. This road doesn't get maintained in the winter. Few people live back here. A few people try to live back here. If I weren't tied to gainful employment, I wouldn't mind living back here.